Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. In this program, a large group of volunteers representing several nonprofit organizations in town were recognized at the Senior Center for their efforts with the Senior Meals Program. A fall chill couldn't keep hundreds away from the Recreation Department's annual 10K and fun runs. And EPA representatives were on hand at the council meeting to respond to inquiries about the Freed Industries Superfund site on Fresh Ponds Road. All of this and more, including Doug Halvorsen and his guest, Judith Vonella, from the Middlesex County Big Brothers Big Sisters organization. And Adrianne Eisner has another consumer tip on Consumer Aware. But first, a look at a week of special programming here on Channel 8. In just a few weeks, residents will elect either Russell Walker or Richard Walling to the Township Council. Make an informed decision on November 7th. Watch Channel 8's Candidates Profiles Tuesday night at 7:30 and a live debate Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. The profiles and the debate will be repeated Saturday morning at 10 and 10:30. Watch Where Friendships Begin for a look at the services and programs provided by the East Brunswick Senior Center. That's at 7 on Tuesday evening, and at 7:15, Untapped Resources explores the benefits of hiring the handicapped. Wednesday night at 7, Lenore Kulik discusses skin wellness with Mary Kay consultant Margaret Ingles on Look Great, Feel Great. At 7:30, Spotlight on Education highlights child nutrition in the schools. In November, Stuart Davis investigates the politics of youth. That's at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. This Week in East Brunswick returns Thursday night at 7 and 8, and at 7:30 on Let's Talk Health, dermatologist Sandy Milgram clears up misconceptions about hair care and hair maintenance. Check the Channel 8 program guide for updated information about football game coverage on Monday and Wednesday nights, and for other East Brunswick high school sports. There are several residents of East Brunswick who are elderly, disabled, and homebound. The Senior Meals Program, which delivers to shut-ins, is a mass effort and is organized through the Township Senior Center. This program exists solely through the dedication of hundreds of volunteers. Those volunteers were recognized and thanked recently at a luncheon at the Senior Center.
I'm filling in today for Mayor Jackson Agra to officially thank all of you for your hard work all year long. But I have a feeling that we don't have to say thank you, because I have a feeling that every doorbell you ring and every door that you knock on or every senior that you speak to in some way thanks you, whether it's a smile, it's a handshake or an embrace, or just knowing what you're doing for them. So unofficially I'll say thank you, because we couldn't do it without you.
Hello, I'm Cynthia Schachter, manager of East Brunswick's Office on Aging. This afternoon we are celebrating the 4th anniversary of the Senior Meals Program which delivers a hot noontime meal to homebound residents of our township. There are more than 150 volunteers involved in this effort, and today I'd like you to meet the volunteer coordinator of the Senior Meals Program, Patty Sullivan.
Hi, I'm Patty. I'm the coordinator for the Senior Meals Program. Our goal is to bring meals and food and companionship to the homebounds who are not able to get out and participate as the other seniors and yourselves are in town activities. We've had a luncheon, this is our 4th year for doing it, and it's to thank the volunteers, the 150 of you who come and volunteer at your time and your effort for this program. We could use more, and we're always looking for additional volunteers, so please consider helping us. The luncheon, again, is just a recognition of our deepest appreciation and gratitude for all the hard work. And as I've said before, rising to the call when it's my telephone call begging for help and asking for more of your time. I thank you all for the hard effort, and I thank you all for the love that you share with my seniors and myself. Thank you.
There's always one special person that rises above the call, who really is there no matter when, 10 minutes before or whatever. This person has truly exceeded any and all expectations of what a volunteer is. And this year I'd like to present an award for the outstanding volunteer driver for Senior Meals, and that's Sally Steen-Vorden. This comes from all of us, and Cindy and myself and Cynthia as well. Congratulations and thanks, Sally.
The 12th annual East Brunswick 10-kilometer run was held under partly cloudy skies Sunday at the East Brunswick Baseball Managers Association. The run is conducted every year, rain or shine, and while showers were a possibility this past weekend, a much greater concern was placed on the frigid temperature's effect on the runners. The race started promptly at 1 p.m., where police escorted the participants through the run. The course layout began on Dunham's Corner Road and proceeded up Church Lane to Riva Avenue and then to Hardenberg, Fresh Ponds, and back down Church and Dunham's Corner to the finish. Cheering onlookers greeted this year's first-place winner, who completed the course with a time of 32 minutes and 30 seconds. The 6.2-mile race attracted approximately 300 participants, not only from East Brunswick, but from neighboring towns as well. The run is scheduled 2 weeks prior to the New York City Marathon and is used as a training vehicle by many of the participants. An $8 entry fee was required of all participants, and trophies were awarded to first through fifth place finishers in a variety of different categories. All runners were awarded commemorative T-shirts in recognition of their achievement.
Good afternoon. I'm Mike Sackler. I'm with the East Brunswick Social Runners. We've just finished putting on our 12th annual East Brunswick run. It's a 10K, and while 10Ks have been coming down in popularity, we've still been able to put this race on now, this being the 12th year. It's a community effort. We get sponsorship from the Hanson Savings Bank and L. Smith Farms and Blackstone Construction. So we involve the community. We have all people in the community helping. East Brunswick Social Runners are an organization that's been going on for about 14 or 15 years, and we're reduced to a small number who still meet every Saturday at the Warnsdorfer School at 7:30, where they do about 5.5 miles. We've had some terrific runners here in the past. Terry Colton holds the course record in under 30 minutes. Terry was a world-class runner from England. The runners are all terrific. They always enjoy this course. This is probably one of the best race courses in New Jersey. We always put it on 2 weeks before the New York Marathon. So a lot of the runners in the metropolitan area use this course as a tune-up for the New York Marathon, which is 2 weeks from today. And with feeding the runners, timing the runners, it's a nice event for about 250 to 300 people. So for those of you who came, thank you very much. We hope to do it again next year.
For information on next year's 10K, please contact Race Director Mike Sackler at 238-6233.
Hi, I'm Stuart Davis for This Week in East Brunswick, and I'm with Karen Burke, Manager of Recreation. And Karen, you're here to talk about what township kids between 6th and 9th grade can do on October 31st, Halloween.
That's right. We're running a trip to U.S. Skates in Edison, and it leaves from the Recreation Division at 6:30. We return about 9:45, and the cost of the trip is $4, and that covers transportation and admittance into the rink. And then there's option, if you have your own roller skates, you don't have to rent them. If you don't have them, it's $1.25. And then there's a food package for $1.50. That's optional also. They can bring their money with them. We try to make these trips as reasonable as we can. We're hoping that we get at least one busload of young people, and they can just apply right to the Division of Recreation. We're located right next to the library and between the municipal building and the library, and we'd like to see it be a success.
Right.
Costumes are optional.
So if they want,
Right.
they can dress up. If not,
And we do have prizes for the scariest and funniest and so on and so forth. So we just wanted it to be a fun night where young people on Halloween could just have a real good time.
yeah, it seems like it would be a good time. I mean, what else is there really to do? At that age, 11 to 15, they probably would be done with their
Trick-or-treating,
They go out, right?
If they go anymore.
If they
so,
even
yeah.
go, right?
So
then they'll be going. So, what other things are going to be happening there?
They'll have the whole place, the whole rink will be decorated for Halloween. They'll have Halloween music and special events and contests and things like that.
Do you have the whole rink taken? Or?
The whole rink. East Brunswick, we hired the whole rink for the night. It was cheaper to do that than anything else.
Right.
So,
where can they be reached? Where, if they're interested, who should they call to
they
find
can
out?
call the Division of Recreation at 390-6797 anytime, get the information, or come on down and register. And then just be there for the trip.
Okay, that sounds like a good time on October 31st. It's a Tuesday.
Correct.
This year, so if you're 11 to 15, I think it would be a great time, or actually 6th through 9th grade. Give Karen a call at
390-6797.
Okay, thanks, Karen.
You're welcome.
At Monday night's council action meeting, EPA representatives addressed township concerns about the Freed Industries Superfund site on Fresh Ponds Road. Located about 500 feet from the Milltown border, the 26-acre site is considered a top priority by the federal government. According to EPA Representative Joe Constantino, an emergency situation exists.
Basically, we deal with what we consider to be time-critical emergency-type situations. And I don't know if you're aware of everything that's been going on at the Freed site, but for the last 6 or 7 months, they've been conducting a remedial investigation feasibility study to determine the extent of contamination at the site and to come up with a solution and an overall plan on how to attack it. As part of that study, they did a limited amount of drum sampling at the site. At that time, it was discovered that some of this material is corrosive, it is ignitable, and it may have met the criteria for emergency type removal. In August, our group was notified to go in, assess the situation, and consider it for that type of removal action. So, on or about the last week of August, we did conduct such an investigation. We did determine that the site indeed could fit our criteria for an emergency removal action, and since that time we've been proceeding to conduct one. It will include the removal of about 800 drums, the removal of all the tank material, and probably about anywhere between 5 to 1,000 laboratory items that are found on site. And basically, we've initiated site security. We felt that being that the site was open to the general public, especially a lot of kids and whatnot, riding dirt bikes in the area, using the pond on the site, that we needed to somehow restrain the activity on site. So on October 7th, we started site security in the form of a security guard. We're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our next move is to actually install a fence around the area that the study determined has significant levels of soil contamination. We had contractors out there last Friday looking at the area the fence is going in, and we expect bids by this coming Friday, and hopefully a week or two afterwards we'll actually start construction of that fence. We expect to actually start moving these drums around, sampling them, analyzing them, getting ready for disposal, to occur within the next month, and it's probably going to take approximately 6 months before all materials are removed from the site.
Although this site has been identified as a hazard for many years, cleanup is just beginning. EPA officials had no answers as to the extent of groundwater contamination or the impact the site may have on surrounding residents. Township officials responded to the EPA's report by suggesting all groundwater wells in the area be capped until more is known. An ordinance to this effect should be presented Monday night. Groundwater wells are not currently used for drinking water, rather for washing cars and watering lawns and gardens. The most contaminated 5 acres of the site will soon be fenced, this to avoid a catastrophe which could be caused by acidic compounds and highly inflammable materials. According to the EPA officials, the long-term harm this site may cause residents has not yet been addressed. First, they say, the immediate hazards must be eliminated. Also Monday, senior citizens came out in force. They urged the council to reserve the parking lot closest to their center exclusively for seniors. This may mean a longer walk for municipal employees. And Director of Public Works, Michael Opaleski, presented a revamped leaf collection plan. Following the mayor's direction, Opaleski says his new plan will be more effective and flexible than previous years.
We're going to have a multi-purpose or options or alternates, if you may. You're going to be able to have a loose rake. You're going to be able to bag it. We'll help you if you want to start doing composting in your yard. And the greatest thing that Gene will go over is the flexibility in the system where we're going to have more than one pass-through in each working district, which is where we have failed in the past. One of the things that we must have is the cooperation of the residents.
The mayor is optimistic about the new plan's effectiveness.
We will do a better job on leaf collection this year. Will it be perfect? No. It's an ongoing process. Next year we may add a few more steps to it. I think adding bag collection, one of the better things we've done, gives you the opportunity to, if you'd like to bag them, you don't have to leave them laying there. And everybody's complaint is, they rake them to the curb, the wind blows 2 days later, and they're all over their lawn again. So now you will have the opportunity to go back to the old system where you can bag them and leave the bags there. The only thing we ask, the bags cannot be tied. They must be left open so the men can dump them in a hopper when they come by. The bags will not be returned, they'll be strapped, there'll be a hook that will be put on the side of the truck. I think the system is going to work. We need your cooperation. The other system that's changed, even though we have a schedule here, the police, I've issued an order to the police department that in any situation that they see that is hazardous, they feel, that'll be taken care of by Public Works immediately. Similarly with the Board of Education, and Transportation Coordination. Anywhere they see a hazardous location, we will take care of it. We have the flexibility, it's built into the system, and we're here to serve. I really hope this works, and if it doesn't, we'll try harder next year. But it's not going to be from lack of trying if this doesn't succeed. I hope everybody will feel better about the leaves this year than last. We still got to rake them. We still have to bag them, but at least you'll get rid of them.
Welcome. I'm Doug Halvorsen, Director of Consultation and Education at the Middlesex County Mental Health Clinic. With me today is Judy Vonella, Executive Director of Big Brothers Big Sisters for Middlesex County. Judy, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us, Doug.
Judy, what does Big Brothers Big Sisters do, and how can people from the community be involved with them?
Okay. Big Brothers Big Sisters has one primary program. It's a one-to-one match. That's our primary program, and in that program what we do is we match up carefully screened adult volunteers with children of the same sex from single-parent families. Now what happens with the match is that once they're matched, the volunteer agrees to be matched with the child for the minimum of 1 year and to spend between 3 and 5 hours a week with the child. What the activities the two might get involved in are sometimes tutoring, going to a ball game, taking a walk. And what happens is that we find that children from single-parent families need an additional role model in their life. It's not that the parents aren't doing their job or aren't capable, it's just that it gives the child an additional positive role model. It also helps the single parents augment their efforts in raising the children. Big Brothers Big Sisters in Middlesex County has been in existence for 7 years now, and we're located in North Brunswick. Last year we did an interesting program, a one-time program for the juvenile justice system, where we matched individuals from police headquarters, for example, with our children who had troubles either in school or out of school. And right here in East Brunswick, a police officer was matched with one of our children, and it worked out very well. A couple of the activities coming up in the next month or so. On November 15th, we're holding our 5th annual Banquets Award Dinner at the Scanticon Hotel in the Forest Hill Center in Princeton, and that's located actually in Plainsboro. Anybody interested in tickets for the event could call the office at 201-246-4711. Another event that we're really excited about coming up on December 2nd, the Matesville and Mumford organization for the 2nd year in the row, along with Madison Suites Hotel and Rackley's Restaurant, will be hosting a holiday party for our children. Last year, about 30 children attended with their bigs and their parents. They were given a terrific banquet at Rackley's Restaurant in Piscataway, and Santa came with gifts for each of the children. Something else Big Brothers does is we raise about 75% of all of our money. The other 25% we get from the state and county. So one of the fundraisers we're involved with right now is an annual ad journal that'll be given out at the annual dinner. Along with that, we're also selling entertainment books, the coupon books that you may see around every year. Again, if you want to participate in any of that, please call the office. Are there any other questions that you might have about the organization that I haven't touched on yet?
Well, it sounds like there's really, excuse me, two ways that people can, from the community can be involved. One is to support financially, and the other, I'm assuming, is to participate as a big brother or big sister.
Exactly. The other area they could help with is if they know of anybody that might be willing to serve on our board of directors. We have a couple of slots available right now, and one is for the public relations area. Also, if anybody has any ideas for fundraisers, either they could give us the ideas or help us actually do a fundraiser for the organization.
Thank you, Judy. With me today has been Judy Vonella, Executive Director of Middlesex County Big Brothers Big Sisters. I'm Doug Halvorsen from the Middlesex County Mental Health Clinic. Thank you for watching.
Hello, and welcome to Consumer Aware. I'm Adrianne Eisner, Director of the East Brunswick Consumer Affairs Office. It's trick-or-treat time again, but before you send your ghosts and goblins out for Halloween trick-or-treating, think of some important safety reminders. Warn children not to eat any of their treats before they get home. Examine all treats carefully before allowing children to eat them. Flimsy materials and outfits with big baggy sleeves or billowing skirts should be avoided to minimize the risk of contact with candles or other sources of ignition. Make or buy costumes light and bright enough to be clearly visible to motorists. For greater visibility in dusk or darkness, costumes can be decorated or trimmed with reflective tape which will glow in the beam of a car's headlights. Reflective tape is usually available in hardware, bicycle, and sporting goods stores. Children should also carry flashlights to see and be seen easily. Costumes should be short enough to prevent children from tripping and falling. Mothers' high heels are not a good idea for safe walking. Hats and scarves should be tied securely to prevent them from slipping over children's eyes. Apply a natural mask of cosmetics rather than have a child wear a loose-fitting mask which might restrict breathing or obscure vision. If a mask is used, make sure it fits securely and has eye holes large enough to allow full vision. Smaller children should always be accompanied by an older responsible child or an adult. Children should be cautioned against running out from between parked cars or across lawns and yards where ornaments or furniture present dangers. Children should go only to homes where residents have outside lights on as a sign of welcome. Children should not enter homes or apartments unless they are accompanied by an adult. Please take the time to review these important safety precautions with your children, and I hope they have a safe and happy Halloween. If you have any consumer questions or concerns, please call us at the East Brunswick Consumer Affairs Office. Monday through Friday, we are located in the municipal building, and the telephone number is 390-6954. Thank you for joining me on Consumer Aware. See you again next time.